her sure took a sudden leave of absence. Said she had to go down to Toronto to take care of her brother.
Oh, yeah? What do you have on her?
Tamara Hardesty. Good record with the company.
We're coming to you live from our Coronation Park studios in Babane. It is just gone 10 o'clock Central Africa time. Good evening and welcome to the news at 10. Brought to you by Eswatini television. I'm Sanapo on alongside this Kalognen and Sign Language. Great to have you with us on this Monday edition of the news at 10. We begin here first, here your headlines tonight. His Majesty King Eswatini III has signed 5 SADC legal instruments at the SADC summit that was held in the Republic of Madagascar. His Majesty King Eswatini III has graced the inauguration of a highway in Antananarivo in Madagascar. And the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Honorable Polile Shakandu, says His Majesty's election as Deputy Chairperson of the SADC organ is an opportunity for the Kingdom to take a leadership role in shaping a secure and prosperous Southern Africa. Good evening. The news in detail will begin here. Our first story. His Majesty King Eswatini III has signed 5 SADC legal instruments at the SADC summit that was held in the Republic of Madagascar. His Majesty the King signed these instruments during the official closing ceremony of the 45th SADC summit for heads of state and government.
The 45th SADC Head of State and Government Summit has come to an end following the various deliberations that the leaders had during the closed session. The heads of state had deliberations on overall policy direction and council of functions of the community. During the summit, the Kingdom of Eswatini signed 5 SADC legal instruments that were blessed by His Majesty King Eswatini III. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation, Polile Shakandu, says these instruments are mainly based on peace and security and as well as justice.
Lama instruments kakhulu ke athinsa tindzaba tayo ke peace ne security tindzaba temtsetfo kune lenye instrument lekhulumisa indzaba nje te trafficking kune instrument lekhulumisa tindzaba tabo extradition njengoba sathi nje ukuthi nyalo ema crimes asa cross border bese sekuba likhona ukuthi loyo muntu logangile lo ngale ngeshiya kulenye live ubuyiswa njani kulelo live sisayinile ke leyo instrument leyo ikhona ke nalenye ke ye mutual legal assistance on criminal matters nayo ke ithi sesibonile semave akasada ukuthi nyalo ma criminal crimes across border umuntu wena into nje ahleti kulenye live agange kulenye live kunabo cyber crime nato tonke leto tinfo leto nayitolo besikhulumisana ngato leto ndzaba leto le protocol lena ke ithi simave akasada access tawukhona ukuthi sibambisane on those legal matters ukuthi nangabe khona kuganga lokwentekile we are able to share information ikakhulu ke naleti ndzaba letithinta political matters lapho itolo besingakhona ukuthi sithi sebende singemave akasada kunalenye lethinta tindzaba te money laundering nayo ke isayiniwe beku ngemamendemende nje labekentiwa ngoba laba buketi indzaba timali kuningi laba kwendako shothi ke miningi nje lemithetho lethinza tona tindzaba te money laundering nakhona lesatiwe ukuthi yeke kuhambe across borders tindzaba tabo money laundering lokusho ukuthi ema institutions ethu kumele akhone ku cooperator nalamanye ama institutions ku region ukuthi umuntu lo wene money laundering angabhaci nje ukuthi so ubhace wawela waya kulelinye live ngale lama instruments lawa ke sitawukhona ukuthi lawo macala akhulunyiswe kabanti ngasho nje ukuthi ngiwo lama instruments ingwenyama lesibusisele wona ukuthi ke nathi ke sesitawubuyela ekhaya ke ahambe igaba lelifanele ukuthi agcine a ratify ke abe part of imithetho yethu ke silivela kangwane.
His Majesty and their Excellencies came out with decisions and solutions from the summit. These decisions were disclosed during the official closing ceremony. One of the decisions that were endorsed by member states is that of the electing the SADC Executive Secretary, His Excellency Elias Makhosi, for another term of 4 years. The summit called for increased investment in the control of transboundary animal diseases, with particular emphasis on foot and mouth disease. The summit also urged member states to promote women's full and effective participation in political and decision-making process. The summit reaffirmed unwavering commitment to promoting peace, security, and sustainability in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The incoming chairperson of the summit after the Republic of Madagascar will be the Republic of South Africa. This means the 46th SADC summit will be hosted in South Africa. Accompanying His Majesty during these sessions was the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, the Minister of Economic Planning and Development, Eswatini Ambassador to Mozambique, His Excellency Mlondi Dlamini, and as well as Eswatini Ambassador to the Republic of South Africa, Lindiwe Gunene. On the news, I'm Polile Mazia with Temba Mamba and Sambulo Masugu in Madagascar.
His Majesty King Mswati III graced the inauguration of a highway in Antananarivo in Madagascar. His Majesty was accompanied by Ngosikati Magala.
Aside of the 45th SADC Summit for Heads of State and Government that was held in Madagascar, His Majesty King Mswati III and other heads of state joined the President of Madagascar, His Excellency Andre Rajoelina, at an inauguration of a highway in Antananarivo. His Majesty was accompanied by Nkosikazi Magela. The inauguration of the highway is part of the broader agenda of the summit, which is focused on advancing regional integration, industrialization, and infrastructure development. The event was also attended by the SADC Executive Secretary, His Excellency Elias Makhosi, senior government officials, and as well as the nation.
His Majesty the King of Eswatini, accompanied by Her Majesty the Queen Consort.
This project is expected to contribute to the economy of Madagascar through trade and industrialization, tourism, and also develop the social welfare of the people of Madagascar. The road was constructed by the Egyptian African Arab for Development and Semcrit engineers and contractors. The President of Madagascar, His Excellency Andre Rajoelina, thanked His Majesty and their Excellencies for gracing the event and also emphasized on the importance of infrastructure development in the region. The King and the other leaders were then taken on a drive along the road. The total distance of the road is about 256 kilometers, and so far 8 kilometers has been done, as this is the first phase of the project. The road is connecting two major cities in Madagascar, which is Antananarivo and Tomasina. The road will be constructed in phases of 5, which means it will take about 5 years to finish the project. It now takes about 4 hours to get to the other city, yet it was too long to get to the other one before. On the news, I'm Polile Mazia with Sambulo Masugu and Temba Mamba in Madagascar.
And to this now, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, the Honourable Polile Shakantu, says His Majesty's election as Deputy Chairperson of the SADC organ is not just an honour for Eswatini, it is also an opportunity for the Kingdom of Eswatini to take a leadership role in shaping a secure and prosperous Southern Africa. This election simply means that His Majesty will assume the Troika chairmanship after the President of Malawi.
Loko ke kusho ukuthi silivela kangwane loku sesingene kuyo ke i-organ lebuka tindzaba te-politics, i-defense ne-security nje yayo i-region yetfu. Sitawubona lokuthi lapho kunema-conflicts khona nalapho kukhona gudlugudlu kumbe between lawo mave lakhona ngiyo ke i-organ leyaba i-division lengasho njalo yayo phiko le-SADC ukuthi nakukhona tindzaba letitsinsa i-peace ne-security yalamave alapha ku-SADC atawusetshentwa ngile skejane lengathi ke ngule organ letawubuka ke leto tindzaba ukuthi nangabe kunetindzaba letiphutfumako bese ke soyabitwa ke loyo mhlangano i-Troika yayo i-organ lekusho ukuthi kuba ngusihlalo lophumako long Tanzania kwanyalo bese sekuba ngusihlalo lokhona iMalawi bese kutawuba ke incoming chairperson nangabe kukhona tindzaba letitsinsa indzaba ye-peace and security. Lesikubonako ke ukuthi nasibuka bakangwane sibuka nayo i-approach yeNgwenyama in resolving ema-conflicts ukuthi ifune a more collaborative consensus and consultation. Siyabona ukuthi kuto letindzaba nje letikhona kwanyalo i-organ letibukako sibona iNgwenyama idlala indzima lenkulu ukuthi ibuyise lawo mave kahle phasi etafuleni. Siyakhumbula nayitolo idlalile indzima lenkulu iNgwenyama kubuyisela kuvana kulabo ke bese bangevani nekubuyisa nekurestore i-peace kulawo mave lapho kukhona i-conflict. Sinethemba ne-confidence lenkulu ukuthi lokhu ke seyingenile iNgwenyama kuyo i-organ sitawuba nelithuba ukuthi nebangangwane bakhone participate babuke tindzaba tekuthi akube nekuthula eku-region yetfu ngoba nakunekuthula ngiko lokutawupromota nayo i-peace and stability yemave etfu.
The Memorandum of Understanding between the government of Eswatini and tech giant Google is a strategic partnership that will assist the country in making significant strides in technological advancement and ensuring the safety of data. These were set by the Honourable Minister for Information Communications and Technology, the Honourable Savannah Mazia, during a press conference held at the Ministry's office room. Now, the Honourable Minister says this Memorandum of Understanding is a milestone for the country, and many other countries envy this partnership.
The Digital Skills Training Program will see the capacitation of 300,000 Maswati, especially the youth, on programming fundamentals, data science fundamentals, Android developer fundamentals, and others. The program, known as Udacity Coding Program, takes 7 weeks or shorter to complete, and the Honourable Minister for ICT, Savannah Mazia, says this program will contribute to an increased uptake of the Government in Your Hand program and other essential services. The Honourable Minister urged the Maswati to seize this opportunity to enrich their knowledge on digital information skills, which will enable them to position themselves for better opportunities.
On behalf of His Majesty's government and the people of Eswatini, to really express our deepest gratitude to the people and the government of the UAE and thank them for believing in us and partnering with us and working with us on this journey of digitization and affording access to Maswati to be able to access digitization and to open the doors that will change people's lives forever. This partnership is not just about the digital skills training. It's about opening doors to the global opportunities that are out there, opening doors that once felt too far away but are now very close.
The Royal Science and Technology Park Acting Chief Executive Officer Nomvula Gulwago says, as an institution entrusted with overseeing the program, they will ensure that it is seamless and yields the desired results for the benefit of the country.
And we are happy to keep track of all the developments that will be happening in that application so that we understand what more efforts needs to be done to ensure that all the 300,000 Eswatini that the Minister has alluded to wanting to join and benefit from this program do actually get to benefit.
The Honourable Minister for ICT also urged community leaders to be of assistance to the youth who may want to enroll on the program. Reporting, Mbonga Dube Babane.
The Memorandum of Understanding between the Government of Eswatini and Google is a strategic partnership that will assist the country in making significant progress in technological advancement and ensuring the safety of data. Now, this was said by the Honourable Minister of Information, Communications and Technology, Savannah Mazia, during a press conference held at the Ministry's conference room.
It was a lot of work to get Google to come down to our parts of the world. We should open our arms to people who are like this. And I can guarantee Maswati would see a company like Google that is in the top 5 in the world, that has a market capitalization of $2.5 trillion US, would not risk that market capitalization to come to us and steal our information. In fact, we should use this relationship association because you want to be a country that has credible players and partners. These name associations are really important for us so that we are seen by the world that even though we've got a small population, we are punching above our weights by the people that we're introducing and attracting to the country. Their whole business model is to secure information. Their entire business standing is to ensure that information is safe. So we need to be able to see how we can learn from them, how our young and old and everybody in between can be able to work with these kinds of companies. Because once you get one of these big, what they call hyperscalers in the IT speak, others are able to be attracted as well.
And to this now, chiefs and traditional leaders say there is a need for them to be educated on human rights and dealing with rights-based resolution on traditional structures. The human rights educated chiefs under the Manzini region on human rights on Monday.
Human Rights Commission educated chiefs and traditional leaders under the Manzini region on human rights and solving disputes involving human rights. Manzini Regional Administrator Chief Gija says the training was long overdue. They needed the training because communities have to maintain peace and order. Without peace, everything takes the left turn.
Kunaka emalungelo emuntu nekunaka kuhlonipheka komuntu nokuhlonishwa komuntu ngikho kwakha kuthula emangweni.
The RA says he therefore applauds the human rights for the training, saying they will try and do better going back to their communities. Chief Dambuza Lukele of the Human Rights Commission says they have to restore dignity in communities and maintain peace and treat everyone equally.
Kufanele ukuthi sifundziseke thina njengesive seMaswati kokuthini emalungelo langiwo nalata kwakha lelive nalata silethela lesithunti sethu njengesive seMaswati ngimaphi.
The chief says they are open to be gaining as much knowledge as possible and they hope that Human Rights Commission will touch all aspects of life in communities. The chiefs had questions to ask. They asked questions including the burial of corpses within homesteads and how the courts can intervene on that matter. Some ask of deceased people who happen to leave their will on Swazi Nation land. The senior Crown Counsel in the AG's office, Henry Sibanze, answered some of the questions.
Iwili emhlabeni ke lo Swazi Nation land iyendiwa yini? Awube kunene. Ngingakusho nje kahle. Singede sawuhambisa ngewili umhlabathi lokhondelwe esikhulwini.
Sibanze said Swazi Nation land cannot be turned into a will Umhluma Foundation's Lungelo Zulu updated the training, saying it will fast-track some pending cases now that traditional leaders have been educated.
That is number one. Two, understanding
The Human Rights Commission says it is open to visiting communities for further training, as well as the inner councils within chiefdoms. Reporting IMKN MCB with Nogopiwa Mpamali at the George Hotel in Manzini.
Right, let's shift gears now into the world of business, where we take a look at financial indicators to give us a sense of how markets performed today in the Up Next financial report.
Standard Bank.
Welcome back in our sports news. The Eswatini Football Association financial report for the year 2024-2025 indicates that the organization has a deficit of around 5 million emalangeni. This was mostly influenced by the fact that the country was hosting most of the games, or rather of the home games of national teams outside the country, due to the lack of a facility that is up to the CAF and FIFA standards.
Whilst we have achieved this clean audit, the net financial results shows a deficit, a testament of the indicators that the hosting of football matches outside the country is severely affecting our expenditure lines. Efforts have been made, though, with the procurement of our luxury bus, especially now that about 8 national teams are constantly in international participation. The item of travels, on a positive note, and additional income revenue have increased following to the concerted efforts in marketing and gradually commercialization of some of our products. The government of the Kingdom of Eswatini has also committed to continue subventing our national team with an increase realized at this period from 5 million to 6.25 million. The budget for our 2026 that will be presented has also taken all that into consideration, including that we still hope to receive the normal revenues from our international partners at FIFA, CAF, to which we are also extremely grateful.
Right, and just like that, we've hit the home stretch of the news at 10 at Eswatini TV. It's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for choosing to stay with us. Up next, we cross over to the Weather Center for a detailed weather report from us at the team here at Eswatini TV. For now, it is good night and God bless.